How's going on, everybody? Welcome to another part of learning openCV from scratch, and in this part we are going to detect a specific color and we are going to draw the contours around that specific color. So I will also tell you how to find optimal values so that you can find your color perfectly. So without wasting more time, let's just directly dive into the video. Alright, so I'm currently in Sublime Text Editor. You can use whatever you want. So let's just start by importing CV2, and I will just quickly fast forward the part where I am reading the webcam using the video capture and just showing the image. Okay, so now everything is working fine. Now let's just move further, and first we will just convert this frame to HSV color. So we will say HSV is equals to cv2.cvt color capital C, and passing in this frame and then code which is cv2.color underscore bgr to HSV. So if I save this and show the HSV by creating a new window, let's say window 1 and HSV, and now if I save this, then you will find two windows. One is with a BGR format and the another with HSV format. Okay, so for now we haven't done anything new, just using the previous part we just created this all stuff, and now we will use inRange function to detect specific color. Okay, so for inRange function it requires two values. One is lower and one is upper. Lower HSV values and the upper HSV values, right? So if you want to know what HSV values will be perfect for you, you can use this image which I found from this post from Stack Overflow. So I will also link this post in down description. Okay, so for now, let's say I want to detect my green color. So the values would range from 45 to 65, and these values will be for H higher and H lower, and similarly saturation lower will be 200, saturation higher will be 250, and value generally ranges from 20 to 250, right? So let's define that, but for now we will also need numpy in order to create array. So we'll say import numpy as np. Okay, so now let's create lower, and we'll say np dot array, and we know lower H is 45, lower saturation is 200, and similarly lower V will be 20, and in the same way we'll create upper by saying np.array and then giving the values which is 65, 250, 250, and let's save this. And now we will use inRange function. So it returns mask which is binarized image. So there will be only two colors, black and white, or 0 or 255. That's it. So we'll say cv2.inRange with capital R, and it requires certain argument, but first one is HSV image and the another is lower, and the last one is upper. So now if I save this and show the window, let's name this window 2, and show this mask and save this and run this. Okay, so now you can see in the mask or window 2 part there is a green color, only white and everything is black, and this is known as binarized image for specific color. Now if still you can't find the optimal values, you can use GitHub, which I will link down in description, and that will be known as advanced part 6. So you can use that track bars in that part or in that code so that you can change the values in real time, and the changes will happen in real time. Obviously I will also show you in the end part of this video. Okay, so now we have mask. Now we will draw the contours around the mask. So it is really easy. Let's say contours and another which we don't want to use, and we use cv2.find contours, and it require first parameter is mask, and the another parameters are this one, retr3 and approx none. So if I now save this, now we have our contours variable which contain all the boundaries around this green color. So now we will draw the boundaries. So we will check if contours, meaning if you found any contours, take okay contours, then we will say cv2.draw contours, and it requires certain arguments, and the first is on which frame do you want to draw, let's say frame, and then the list of all the contours, and then which index do you want to draw. So there will be a lot of green color in the frame, so specifically which green color do you want to draw the boundaries. So for now let's say -1, which means I want to draw all the boundaries, and now it requires the color, so let's say green color, and then the last parameter is the. So now if I save this and run this, and now if I take this green color in the frame, then you can see it has a lot of green boundaries around it, also in my t-shirt. So now let's see how perfectly you can find the lower and upper values. But before, I just want to show you how to draw the max area or maximum value of contours. So it means it will only going to draw with the max area. So we will say contours is equals to max. We use max function which is inbuilt in Python, and we'll pass this contours, and the key will be area. Okay, so key is equals to cv2.contour area. So let's save this and run this, and let's see if we get any error or not. Okay, so now you can see that only one color boundaries are being made in the window 1. Okay, so this was the thing I just want to show you. Also, if you want to draw the rectangle around this contour, again it is really easy. So you can say x, y, w, h, is equals to cv2 dot bounding rect. We'll use this function and it requires contours. Okay, so now we can say cv2 dot rectangle, and we want to draw a rectangle on the frame, and the starting coordinates will be x comma y, ending coordinates will be x plus w, y plus h, and then color and the thickness, let's say 2. So let's save this and run this. So now you can see that there is a red rectangle. Okay, so now I just want to show you how you can use the advanced version of the code, and then you have to run the code from the GitHub from the down description, which is advanced part 7 or advanced part 6. I'm sorry for that. So now if I run this code, then you will find a UI of something like this. So now I have to take this green color in my frame, and in this HSV window I have to click on this green color. So once I click on this green color, another 2 windows will appear, one with so many track bars on them. Okay, so now you have to change these values. So as you know, the value is around 40 to 60. So as you can see, it is getting really well. And this saturation value, let's say, yeah, this looks pretty good. And change this one also. Okay, now you can see how good results are you getting. There we go. Okay, so this is perfect, right? So now also you can take your time and just find these optimal values, and you can see it looks pretty good. And obviously you can do this stuff for different objects also. As example, this pencil. So I will take this pencil in this HSV window and I will left click on this pencil. Okay, so for now you will find nothing in the frame. Let's try changing the values. Okay, so pencil starts to appear and rectangle is being made on that. Okay, you can see it is really good. Let's limit this V, and there we go. You can see we have perfect boundary on this pencil. Also you can use that image. I will also link this image in down description, but the post of this image. And I guess that's it for this video. If you want full explanation to make this code, okay, so you can leave a comment in down description. I will shortly going to make that. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this part, make sure you give this video a thumb up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.